Okay.
We're going to start broadcasting in 5, 4, 3. Greetings.
Were we supposed to talk after that or what? Like, I thought you were gonna run with that. Like, you just said greetings, and then it was like a dead silence. I didn't know you were expecting us to say something, or
no, it's the way I usually try to open things is like greetings, cyberspace cadets. It's irate prostate on the Friday night brainstem jam stream time with tonight. We've got a great crew. We got some of the old standards dual wield. Say howdy.
Howdy, howdy. How are you all?
Occam, say hey.
Hey, everybody.
All right, and we got two newbies here, or not really. Neither are newbies. They're friends, and they're both Eagles. So, Sir Adamantine, you need no introduction, but hey, say howdy.
Hi, everyone.
He's a Griffin.
All right, and yeah, that is true, but it's an Eagles head. And then Raging Eagles, say hello.
Hello.
All right. So, yeah, tonight I had a couple ideas. I just wanted to, but I wanted everybody to kind of get loosened up and say hey and shit and get joking around. See, we've got Jesse Jess out there in the stream. I see Adamantine is out there too. But if you need the address, I can pull it up for you. If you want to disseminate that on Twitter, please do. Because we are rocking. Right, I want to talk about the big event of my week. The favorite thing that I've seen happen this week was the that vixen of Antifa, that hottie of hotness, Yvette or Yvonne Falaka.
Oh,
yeah,
you got me excited for no reason. I was like, wait, did I miss a story?
That goddess, that sexual vixen. That just the hottest thing in the world. That sexy little Mexican lady. Yeah, she's in jail again, and thank God. That's all I got to say. She and two other people got into a fist fight, and get this, the empathy tent at the last Free Speech Week thing that happened. That was on Wednesday. The empathy tent. Apparently they were all in there. They had that tent set up so they could go in and make plans about how they can disrupt shit and stuff. And they got in a three-way fist fight. It was Antifa, her group, BAMF, and something else. And they were all, I guess, I don't know what it was, but so she and I had pointed out on Sargon's stream on Tuesday night he streamed from Monday where I saw her in the crowd, and I said, isn't that a violation of her probation? And somebody else has said, yeah, it was. And it turned out that it was, and she got busted for that too. So
double charges or
well, no, they arrested her for that, and then later I must have got bailed out, and then ended up in the thing, in the empathy tent. So, yeah,
safe space.
Yeah, that's the rationalization behind it. They were saying, it was a safe space that they could all like when they got triggered, they could go in there and like just chill out. And, and really what they were probably doing is figuring out how they can disrupt shit and stab people and shit.
They're stockpiling their weapons.
I can't.
Didn't she get hit with the charge of
piece of shit,
inciting a riot, resisting arrest, assault, and something else?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the above. So, and her boyfriend, the bike lock dick, he went before the judge yesterday and pleaded that he did not want to do a preliminary hearing. So they're going to go straight to trial, and that starts on December 14th. So,
yeah, he needs to go to prison for that one.
Yeah, he should do time. And if I'm not mistaken, she's on her second or third felony. So she should lose her teaching license. I think if you get one felony and then they give you a second chance because that's how they roll in California. You don't take it personal, dude. Because Duel. Hey, our bud Duel's over here, man. He is fighting the good fight up in Cali, man. And you're a true man in my book. All right.
Yeah, I'm just giving women one tongue lashing at a time.
Damn Skippy.
In your mouthpiece.
So you're free to opine about that, or if you want to talk about anything else, dude. Let's get something going.
Oh,
yeah,
I actually have.
Go ahead.
Oh, I actually have an article, and I actually heard this like I don't know, it was like days ago on like the Bob and Tom radio show, and they were talking about an article or something about.
Occam, you are roboting, man. Try to refresh.
Roboting? Really? Am I still roboting?
Not now. Good deal.
Okay, so there was an article they were talking about on the Bob and Tom radio show that I heard on my way to college like a few days ago in the morning in the car, and they were talking about an article, and I shared a copy of this article right here. This kid, where this college teen,
probably not,
that was like 19, so he's my age, got trapped in like a cave for like almost 3 days, a gated cave, because he got left behind on a spelunking trip or something.
Dude.
Whoa.
But it was really dumb because he wasn't even with a big group either. So it almost seemed like they were joking around on the radio show, like it seemed like they purposely left him, like he was like an annoying kid or something like that, and they're like, oh no, let's just leave him behind. And
yeah, they should have just killed. They should have just ate him.
But,
I mean, if he's that annoying, he's going to come back.
Well, they were just joking around. I don't really know the details, but it just says a 19-year-old Indiana University student said on Facebook this week that he was safe and sound for being left behind by a college spelunking club and spending nearly 3 days locked in a cave without food and water, because it's a gated cave. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but they like closed the cave up, and I think it was over the weekend or something.
I would totally rent a gated cave.
So gated caves. Those are like are those like for like rich spelunkers? Gated, like a gated community or something.
I don't know. It says he was licking water droplets off the walls and tried to coax out crumbs from a couple of empty energy bar runners.
He is a literal. Go ahead.
I really hope he found all the glowing mushrooms in that cave.
Dude, man, that's like those fucking these window licking, wall licking, whatever. He was licking it.
Mushrooms.
Dude, that is crazy.
His cell phone couldn't get a signal either.
That is crazy.
When you live in like the mountainous countries, huh?
Yeah, I shared a link to the article in the group chat.
Yeah, I saw it, man. I saw it. Thanks. You know what? I'll put a link to it in the group here.
I just thought that was a goofy little story I found.
Yeah, my Google Hangouts is broken. I can't access any group chats.
Posted in the chat. We have all kinds of private chats. Y'all don't even know what we're talking about. We're circulating nudes of everybody in the audience right now. Oh man, look at that.
Cool.
Wow.
I'll share mine later. Don't worry.
I got one at Volt right here. Check this out. What do you think
What
of
a Volt. I don't know if I want to see a nude of his scrawny ass.
What are you talking about? The way he was posing with that leg up on that dresser last night?
Uh-oh. Dude.
So what else is in the news, guys? This is where I get my news. So I know what links to follow.
Okay.
Antifa's planning an attack on November 4th Everyone
Yeah.
knows that one.
That's
Yeah,
a
I know
big
about
thing.
that one. What is with that one?
What's okay? See, November 5th is Guy Fawkes Day, and you know what people don't understand about Guy Fawkes? You know what the truth is about him? Which is, he had a great idea, blow up fucking Parliament and shit, but he wanted to replace it with a theocracy, kind of like what they did in Iran, a Catholic theocracy. Where they were, gonna.
It's lousy.
Yeah, exactly, man. It was like he was going to replace it with something, and because of V for Vendetta, Alan Moore had taken that, image of the Guy Fawkes mask and used it to. He was very clever because if you read the V for Vendetta comic book series, the government in charge is a theocracy, right? Mm-hmm. And that was kind of why he wore the Guy Fawkes thing, was because he was flouting what they had created, because with the image of the guy whose vision it was. Does that make sense?
I mean, I just think that the British, I think it's the British celebrate Guy Fawkes Day by burning replicas of Guy Fawkes, right? They'll make these little straw dummies of him, and
isn't that 5th of November though?
Burn them. Isn't that a tradition they do in Britain every year? On November 5th, they'll gather together and they'll have these cookouts, and they'll have these Guy Fawkes.
They use a lot of they use a lot of fireworks. It's not really as much on the burning the effigy as they are in fireworks. But then again, I'm not really British. Has anybody been to Britain?
No, it's my next stop. But I wanted to take a
second. I've never been out of the U.S.
Yeah. I've not been there, but I just thought that was a tradition they had. I don't know, where they burn the effigy of Guy Fawkes every year on November 5th.
I think we should do that. I think we should do that every year on Easter. Just burn a copy of the Bible.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make sense? Because what's Easter mean? Jesus is back, right? Burn the Bible. He's back. You don't need it no more. He's live.
Yeah.
Well, you get into an interesting theocratic
we burn
argument.
it on Christmas too.
I'll burn statues of Santa on Christmas.
I will oppose any and all theocracies. It doesn't matter what religion it is. I will oppose any and all theocracies.
Well, yeah,
because that's just a form of dictatorship or oligarchy. Either way.
And that includes Marxist.
I'm not sure if Antifa would mind a Islamic theocracy in the U.S.
Well,
I don't understand that though.
You know what, Sir Adamantine, they're so fucking stupid. You're right. They wouldn't understand it until it was too fucking late. Until they were getting standing in the firing squad. They finally fucking get it.
It's moments like when the liberals embrace Islam that really makes me wish Christopher Hitchens was still alive so he could just school these liberals.
Well, he's not the only one that could do it. I mean, shit, fucking, what's his name? Alex
Jones.
Who?
Alex Jones.
Not him. Not him.
Get Richard Dawkins to school them.
Well, what about the guy that comes on HBO every Friday night?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher, yeah, man.
Bill Maher for sure.
He'll school them about what an Islamic theocracy would look like in the United States,
and make some jokes at the same time.
Well, I was reading something the other day about in Germany, there are these gangs running around. They're beating the shit out of gay dudes now, man. I mean, there's literal gangs running around in Germany. Islamic gangs run around beating up homosexual men, and and we know what's next, man.
Oh, I think Western Europe is pretty much.
They're fucked. They're gone.
They're pretty much done.
Exactly.
I'm surprised that the way. I'm surprised the
I'm kidding,
German
I'm kidding.
police, the way that they are, haven't gone and just rounded up the criminals already that are attacking people.
They're too chicken shit, man. They are
They're
too
afraid of
being
being
called
racist.
racist. Yeah, exactly. They're so scared of that label. You know, they're Nazis. I'd be like, fucking yeah, man. I put a bullet in your head, you motherfucker, if you don't get down and get in these fucking handcuffs.
Well, not just that, they have
Shit.
terrible training.
Kill some people.
Go to YouTube and look up videos of UK officers trying to catch criminals, and you'll see them like wimping out when trying to tackle someone, or they have a perfect shot to stop someone by grabbing a hold of them, and they'll jump out of the way instead and just leave an arm in front of them to try and catch them.
Right.
They have no proper training.
And most of them can't even carry guns.
That too.
They're prevented from carrying. I think you have to have a certain rank to be able to be able to qualify to carry one, and then if you don't pass the qualification test, you still can't carry one.
Wow.
Yeah, see, I wish we had somebody British in here, man. It makes me want to think about it. Getting
Where's that
somebody.
Red Baron when you know?
I mean, get Sargon, get
Yeah,
Sargon
Bear's
the
in
Cog
bed.
here somehow. By some miracle.
You are
I
his
could have got
boy.
irate if we did this earlier. Could have got irate bear if we were a little earlier.
Well, yeah, I
Is
thought
Irate
that.
Bear British?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's in bed by now, bro. He just went to bed. I was in his chat for a little while,
yeah.
saying what's up to him.
Weird. I've talked to him before on a stream on your channel, Irate,
You're-
and I didn't even know he was British. I thought he was American.
You're kidding.
And I had like
Irate
a
Bear's
good
in
long
bed.
chat
Did he
even
troll
like,
you?
after the stream is over.
He's got a
Did he
pretty
troll
good.
you,
No, I
Rosar
just-
Smacko?
It,
It
I've
just-
actually-
it just
Smacko.
never.
He
Did you
was-
just say Rosar Smacko?
Yeah,
'Cause
somebody
I
told me to
swear
mention
that's
it.
like what my little brother always calls my stupid channel.
Is that your brother in the chat?
Oh my good! I'm not seeing the chat, but is he
Told me to
there?
bring it up.
Yeah,
there-
you're Rory.
Okay, is there a little logo with clams on it?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's your Rory.
That's him.
That's
that's
Aka's
my-
brother.
Yeah, I have like
I subbed
a
to your brother just for
that's,
that.
like, pretty young, pretty like he's younger than me by several years.
Dude, your brother has almost as fucking many subs as I do, and all he does is show like Rick and Morty excerpts, man. And by the way,
No,
those excerpts that
he
you showed,
does like.
I got nailed for copyright on that, man, last week.
Oh, what you did? Are you serious?
I sure
They
did.
came after you for that.
No, they didn't come
Those
after
little
me.
bits
They just said, well, I can't monetize anyway. They said I wouldn't be able to monetize it, and there may be ads on the thing. So I took it and I made it private. So I'm not gonna.
That was like the
you know,
perfect
wow.
segue.
It was gorgeous, wasn't it? You're
See,
Rory.
the kinds of videos my brother does, they're like really weird. You know the genre of video, YouTube poops. Like, are you familiar with that?
YouTube poops. I'm an
No,
easily,
I'm just saying I enjoy.
I'm an
YouTube
easily
poop.
entertained rapper.
No, like I enjoy a YouTube poop, but like that's the kind of videos my brother makes. That's the kind of channel he is. He's like a YTP channel. That's basically what he does.
What does that stand for? Why what channel?
YTP just stands short for YouTube poop.
YouTube
it's like
poop?
a genre. Yeah, the genre of just like you take videos and you just edit it into a weirder video. It's the best way I can explain it. For
Oh, so that's kinda
just
like what I do,
pure
but I do
weird
anime.
entertainment purposes.
I call them anime cracks. That's what I do.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
kinda-
see.
Kind of like that, except he doesn't do anime, and but just the concept of taking a video that exists, mixing other video stuff in it, and just editing it into something really weird and wacky that barely makes sense.
What do you think I do? I take samples of new movies and music, warp it into something that makes no fucking sense, and people dance to it.
That's right. See, when
My kids are a testament to that. They like his music.
yeah, his
I
music's great, man.
I like his music too. If anyone hasn't checked it out,
And I
they
hate
should.
rap. I fucking hate rap, and I love your stuff, man.
I've been on YouTube for 8 years. Is your headphones not working, dog? All right, how long have you been on YouTube?
I have been on YouTube since, well, there was a channel that I had on here. It was my primary channel, and I started it in January, right? But the Irate Prostate channel started in April 14th. So I've been going since April 14th on this thing.
Holy shit, that's like a short amount of time to gather that. Just like Occam, short amount of time, gather a lot of subscribers.
I would think, dude, go ahead, Ock.
If you go to my channel, it has the account being created on, June 20th of this year. But my first video wasn't uploaded till July 11th of this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you guys make me feel old on YouTube. I'm like older than all of
you.
you.
Well, it's like, man,
dude,
listen to this. The second week out, he fucking does like, he just says, "Your sugar tits, will you please like maybe kind of want to do it, like say hi to me?" And then all of a sudden, Occam and Sugar Tits are streaming together. And I'm like going, hell, I've been talking to this girl for 3 months and she won't even say fuck you. You know, this kid is just sitting here just, talking to her like, she's like his sister or some shit, man. I'm like, God damn. You blew me away.
And then like a week later, I was streaming on her channel. Remember
exactly. And a week later, he's on her channel and they're like, oh, well, let's go play on Bubba. What were y'all doing? You went on that game with the Jackbox TV, man. You were doing that shit.
Yeah, that game. You have to like make up names and everything. That was fun.
Y'all streamed what, almost 4 hours, didn't you, man?
Yeah, no, not 4 hours. It was like a little over 2 hours, I think.
Dude, man.
I do have to say, I really enjoyed my interview with you, Occam. Like that stream with you was actually really fun.
Oh yeah. You were like the second person I streamed with, maybe. Yeah, you were. You were the second person I streamed with. Because
like right after me with Sugar Tits, I'm like, that's a jump.
Indeed.
But yeah, I might actually sometime do another stream of Sugar Tits on.
Yeah, good luck.
She's here's the Beard Berrien song tomorrow.
Dude, I can't even get her to respond to me anymore, man. It's like I don't understand what's going on because she used to like would at least say hi or something.
I've gotten the sense that she hasn't been on Twitter as much as she used to be lately.
Yeah, I wondered what was going on with that. So I hope she's all right. Because Berrien, I was telling Dula before we came on here, I had sent Berrien a text a couple weeks ago, and he answered me with this really long thing, man. And I didn't see that until tonight. It's like, holy shit.
It's okay. So you had to find your reading glasses, man.
It wasn't that, man. It was just like there's so much shit on my fucking my Twitter messages and stuff. It's just like, and I am horrible about Twitter because. Most people do Twitter from their phone, right? I do it from my computer. Because I've got a phone that is a fucking, I still use a flip phone because I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid of the government listening to my shit. And I'm not lying about that. All right?
They're listening.
I'm not paranoid. I'd rather them see all my dick pics.
Even though they collect phone data and stuff, like to the NSA, like all the stuff Edward Snowden says, you do realize they're still going to collect that data from a flip phone, right? Like you're not.
Yeah, but they're not able to do there as much as they can with the smartphones, like like activate the microphone and stuff. The technology is a lot different. See, you can hack. I can hack. There's
at least 5 people that work at the NSA personally I grew up with, so you guys are good.
You think?
Yeah, no, from insider information, you guys are good. They're not scanning through it. It's all AI.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm still paranoid. I still don't trust the shit because I was saying 5 years before Snowden came out. I said, look, man, they're listening to everything. You know, everything we were getting in the mail is getting scanned. You know, and everybody's like, oh, that's bullshit, man. They can't do that stuff. And it's like, well, and
Not really getting scanned. It's kind of just looking for like keywords and stuff.
yeah,
certain
exactly. You
devices and
know,
stuff. Like my high school back in Maryland was being like, a lot of my friends were like being like pulled in, like fucking drafted into the NSA.
yeah. Well,
Really?
see, I remember when they called the AI, when they called it carnivore. This is like in the late 90s, is that they were talking about, you know, carnivore, looking at the metadata and, you know, stuff and looking for specific words and emails and things like that.
It was a lot
And-
easier back then. Now that so many people are using VPNs, I think it'd be
Oh
fine.
yeah, well, of course.
I don't care. I keep mine linked up because I don't say anything and I'm not doing anything.
I love
I'm
my
not
VPN.
in that mentality like if you're not doing anything, you shouldn't be scared. I'm more in the mentality like, go ahead, look through my shit and get a quick laugh.
Yeah,
Subscribe to my
exactly. Because
Same.
you know, it's like when it comes to this country's safety, this country's is very safe. You know, based on what's in my computer. You know,
When it comes to the topic of bulk surveillance, my stance is the government needs to be abiding by the Fourth Amendment, and bulk surveillance is not abiding by the Fourth Amendment.
I agree.
I can tell you
I
that.
Yeah,
stand by
and
that
quite
too.
honestly, our information really isn't that safe. Back in 2007, my friend used his computer and hacked the FBI in front of me.
But
Did he get arrested?
No, what he did was he actually parried. I can't say the damn word.
Probably gave him a job.
He mimicked his neighbor's IP address.
right.
So the next day, he walks out his front door, and his neighbor's being dragged into a van. So
Your friend's not a very good neighbor.
And
He's
you
a
didn't put it on
no,
YouTube.
no, he's not.
You could have got many views.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No. See, if the government would actually pay someone the proper amount of money instead of going, all right, here's what we want. Now we're going to find the cheapest person to build it for us. If they stop doing that and pick like mid tier or top tier, then our information would be safe. Outside of that, no. It's too easy to steal.
It's about it's about who knows who on the bidding, man. It's
Yeah.
all that shit it's about greasing palms and paying people off. That's how that shit happens. I mean, I was just reading a thing the other day, and it was like $2.3 trillion was wasted by the military. You know, during this past 11 or 12 years. And I guarantee you, it's not the soldiers in the field that's wasting that fucking money. You know, it's the bureaucracy.
Well, we have like over 900 military bases around the world. Why do we need over 900 military bases around the world? I'm pretty sure we could afford to shut down a few hundred of those and keep the ones that we need, and then, you know, quit wasting so much money on the ones we don't, you know?
What we
Be
really need to
smart
do is
about
stop
your
policing the
spending.
world. Let the world defend
Exactly.
themselves. Stop wasting our lives.
Or at least
Well-
certainly get out of the Middle East all the way around.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
And if I had my way, I would put the fucking. I would go ahead and just tear down the UN building and tell them go ahead and relocate to like Somalia. You know, you know, if the motherfuckers want to run that, you know, disrespect this country and, you know, and get away with crimes and stuff. And you know, and then, you know, they're wasting money and left and right. And we're footing the bill. Our country's footing the bill for this stuff. You know, it's like, let somebody else do it. Let Somalia do it. You know, let fucking, you know,
But we got the best monies.
you know, let them set shop in Bulgaria or some shit like
I got
that.
so much
man.
money, my beer is called America.
What the hell is that?
No, flop. I flopped on a joke. Is it Occam?
What? No, that's not me. I think that's Raging
Who's driving?
Eagle.
No, sorry. I walked in front of my fan to go turn it off. I actually thought
I thought
I
he
muted
was driving
myself.
again.
Apparently not.
The fan.
No, I don't need. I will be leaving for work in less than 1 hour.
You guys are reading the chat, right?
No,
It's
I'm
like your
not
brother's
even.
trying to
Which one?
speak through me.
Which
I'm not
chat?
reading
Your brother-
chat.
The live chat and the YouTube.
Okay,
Your
the
brother's
live
trying to
chat.
speak through
Yeah,
me.
I don't
had
even
it
have
pulled
that
up, man.
open. I'm terrible at reading chats during streams.
I think he's gonna
I
go
probably
ahead
read
should
and
be
chat.
better.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got Snub Earth to see military wasting money on nothing new. They didn't spend $200 on plungers in the past. Of course they did, and they also spent, like riches and shit. Were going for $5,000 and $10,000 a piece. We're talking. Hey man, Craftsman used to make really good wrenches, but they weren't that fucking good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Going back to the privacy thing for a second, I'm really much more concerned about what Google knows and does than what the government does at this point.
Dude, I'm at the point
All hail
where I'm
Google.
with you. Because they're actioning. They're politically, man. I don't know how to articulate exactly what I'm trying to say here.
Google's at a point where they can alter the nature of reality for most people.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, have y'all been to the CEO? Has anybody been to her YouTube channel yet?
Not yet. I was actually going to check it when I got to work tonight.
Yeah. I wonder how many downvotes she's got. I bet she doesn't even show that shit. I bet she doesn't show it. What do you know her name? I'm gonna look her up.
Yeah, look her up real quick. But she has a couple thousand dislikes and only a couple hundred actual likes.
Of course, she can make those numbers be whatever she wants them to be.
Exactly.
More than me.
It's not like she needs to monetize,
All right. Well, see, the whole deal, man, is like, we know that after this last election, that's why all this shit's happened the way it has. They went after Milo first, and then they went after all these people at Fox. It was a systematic deal, and I just saw O'Reilly, man, on and it's like, I'm not a huge O'Reilly fan or anything. But I saw him on Hannity, and you could tell that he had been through some shit. You could see it in his eyes, man. And maybe that's what his, that's what his soul needed, man. I don't know, but I do know that, that there was somebody behind that. I don't know, exactly who it was. All right, her name is Susan Wojcicki. Oh, fuck, come on. Wojcicki. It's Wojcicki. Damn, what a name. That's definitely Polish, though.
Yeah.
Hello? Where is everybody? Where'd y'all go, man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm here.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure, man. It's like for a second there, I was like, I'm so scared.
I was just checking out the chat.
What are they saying? All right, I'm looking at Susan Wojcicki. All right.
Jules got the best comment of the last several minutes.
Oh, God, listen to this. She's got 6,680 likes, and this is after 193,000 views, okay? 27,753 dislikes.
Also, her likes finally got surpassed. By the dislikes got surpassed.
No, the dislikes are like almost 5 times greater.
Oh, you mean 27,000?
Yeah, 5-to-1 dislike to like. Yeah. Yeah, it's 6,000 likes to 27,000 dislikes.
Yeah, I don't think they care though, and I don't think Google as the parent company cares all that much about the success of YouTube either.
No. No, I think it's set up for something. I think here's my deal. I think that they were going to use it as some type of competitive streaming platform for like, what Spectrum has just started doing, and like Netflix and Hulu, Vudu, all these multiple of these streaming platforms. They're this Google Red. I mean, yeah, the Google Red thing or YouTube Red is I guess their version of that. And I was wondering if they were just trying to sweep everybody out so they can make room for some type of revenue stream from that coming in.
I actually have YouTube Red right now.
I still think they will sweep everyone out. I think that most YouTubers are pretty naive about what they're really up to. They're making you gradually want to go away so that when they finally put the axe down on everyone they don't want on there, there'll be less people left to bitch about it.
Right.
Yeah, quite honestly, I want to go to VidMe. All of my videos I upload to VidMe, but unless you're verified, you cannot put your videos into a category. So like there's an anime and animation category, there's entertainment, politics, stuff like that. You cannot tag it into a single category until they verify you. And they will not verify you until you get 50 followers and at least 1 view.
You have to have at least 50 followers.
You know how hard it is to get followers when you can't tag certain things? Because you can't put tags in either.
Right.
You just have to pray that someone's going to look at that video, upvote it, and then share it around.
I would do that, especially to news.
See, I just can't see VidMe being a viable replacement for YouTube. There would have to be another thing that's almost exactly formatted like YouTube, just under a different name.
No.
I would love to get in on that kind of thing too. Like to make something almost formatted exactly the same, like the same website kind of format, and basically model it after YouTube, but give it a different name.
Yeah, how come there isn't like a libertarian version of George Soros out there for to people to hit up for money? I mean, that motherfucker.
There's
go ahead.
The Koch brothers.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not throwing as near as much money at shit as he is, man. I mean,
probably not.
Soros,
they're worth a shitload more than he is.
Yeah, but see, I know. Yeah, they're cheap. They invest in politicians. They invest in this. It's a quid pro quo thing with them. In my opinion,
it's gone all the way down to like Craigslist ads for hiring protesters, right? Or am I wrong?
Well, yeah, but I mean, see, that's what I'm saying is that Soros will throw money at anything that's that's
anti-American.
Well, basically behind the one world government, that agenda.
David Icke prophecy.
Right.
Yeah, Soros is one of those lizard people. I'm telling you, dude, straight up. Underneath that face, he's got scales.
Yeah, man. If they're there, man, he is one. That's right. Well, everybody knows exactly what the dude did during World War II, right?
All right. Please fill me in. I already hate the guy.
He paid both sides, didn't he?
No. He was 14. He was 14 during the. I can talk about him too. All right, when he was 14 when the war started. All right. He was a Hungarian. He was living in Hungary. He's Jewish. His family was Jewish. What happened is that his dad and his parents tried to leave, and I think they ended up in a concentration camp or something. But he ended up with this dude who said it was that Soros was his son. And they ended up cooperating with the Nazis. So they became collaborators, right? And their jobs was to go through all the Jewish people's houses and an account for all the all the wealth within it. Gold. How much gold is in it? How much artwork?
And that children is where the joke of Jews hiding bags of gold on themselves comes from.
Check it out though. He and the old man split whatever they took, and the Nazis let them take a certain amount. The dude, and technically what that's called, he was robbing graves. That's grave robbing of his own people. He's a traitor to the Jewish people, and he's a ghoul. That's exactly what you call a grave robber. That is a ghoul. Go ahead.
And would you consider that a Zionist or just Jewish?
A Zionist is a person that's pro-Israel, and he is anti-Israel, man.
Okay, see, that's where I had the fucking mix-up at, and I've been making my name Dual of Zion for years, but it still fits.
No, man. If you're, I'm pro-Israel. Hell, I don't mind him at all. It's like,
Exactly.
He was a traitor to his own people, and man, it's just it. And he said it on fucking CBS on 60 Minutes. The dude straight up hit him. This is before CBS was a total sellout, to the left. And this dude, said, well, you're accused of doing this, this, and this. And he said, yeah, I did that. So?
I think there were still sellouts because there was no follow-up story.
And every time somebody puts it up on YouTube, it gets taken down.
Well, the global. Hey, Alex, that globalist agenda, right?
Yeah. I believe it, man. I truly believe that he is behind the one world government concept, right?
He's not the only one who's behind it, though.
No, God, no. That's that whole Bilderberg.
I'm trying to work my way in there, man. I'm trying, but it's not working so well.
No, man.
They took entertainers.
These are the 1%ers, man. It's in their best interest. And if you want to get now, see the ridiculous shit is that they're trying to, make all the white people sterile and shit. So the white population gets bred out to a certain point, and then what's left is going to be a servant class, of humans.
Well, I know I'm sterile.
Yeah, you shooting blanks, dude?
Yeah, I think I am. I've been going raw dog. I have no STDs and no biological children.
Quit smoking reefer, man. It's the weed. Weed will make you shoot a lot less, and it makes your swimmers dumb. You should read up on those studies where they studied that sperm forgot how to swim correctly when they were stoned. That's a real deal.
Wait. How do they forget how to swim? Are they sentient? It's
really no, they're not sentient, but they have some kind of directional thing. It's they believe it's related to the magnetic poles. There's a lot of directional things that they can't explain or they believe is because of the magnetic pole. They know how to swim toward the egg when they can sense when the egg they're near an egg, right? But the sperm that have been in the body of a person that were produced while he was under the influence of marijuana.
Is that my problem? That must be the problem,
dude. I'm serious. They don't swim straight. They start swimming in circles. They go left, they go right, but they don't go straight.
A pigeon some weed. Let's test it with that.
That would probably be because they use that's where their direction comes from is the same, what they think is the same operating thing. See Goat Man in there. Sorry, I had to say it.
Let's give a pigeon some. That's for sure.
But look up what I was talking about, man. And I kid thee not. Marijuana has a lot to do with it.
I should be fertile, but I don't know because I've never had to try a kid. I mean, I've never tried to have a kid, and I'm 19, so I don't really want to have a kid because that would be a lot of money. That would be too much money. And too much.
Yeah, it's averaging what 16,000 a year right now. Per child.
Yeah, man, I drink way too many rock stars per day. That's probably
I prefer Red Bull because it goes great with vodka.
You know, you got a high heart rate, and that's about it.
I'm just down with. I just do the Dr Pepper.
I don't
Prune
drink
soda.
energy drinks, but I drink a lot of coffee every day.
Yeah, I got to stay away from a lot of caffeine and stuff. I'm taking this stuff called beta blockers. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Controls my heart right here. See, Goat Man's got 4 kids. Kids, get it? God, I got it, Goat Man.
I got it now.
Wow. Wow.
All right, guys, but thanks for the fucking fun. I'm gonna have to hop off here.
Dude,
I'm
you
getting
okay?
pretty sore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty sore.
All right, take care of yourself. Get obliterated and go to sleep, man. Go to the goddamn dentist, dude. Please.
What I'm gonna do
Just
is
grab some pliers and rip it out.
exactly. I'm just gonna drink. I'm gonna go into the freezer, grab the vodka, talk in a Russian accent, and just pull it up with some pliers.
Will you film it? Videotape it. Tape it.
Yeah,
it and
videotape
put it
that
up. Dude, we got to watch that shit.
If I chicken out and I go to the dentist and get it cut out, I'll take a video of the raw tooth.
All right.
I actually went to the dentist to have 2 of mine pulled, and because my teeth are completely fucked up, they're jammed together.
But later, guys, I'm
They
sorry.
had to use pliers to pull them out.
Take care, brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had to have a wisdom tooth removed once. There's almost nothing as gross in this world as hearing something in your skull cracking.
Yeah, dude.
Well, they actually can't pull mine, my 2 bottom wisdom teeth. So
Yeah, did you say they were fused together to the teeth behind it? Those roots will do that, man. Wisdom teeth roots. They can grow in weird ways.
one of them's instead of going straight up, the top of the tooth is at a 90-degree angle, pushing towards the front of my teeth,
Yeah.
and the other one's growing at a 45-degree angle, and they can't pull them because they can't get to them properly without cutting my cheek open and then cutting open my gums.
You may have to go. That's an orthodontic surgeon that you'd have to see to get that. Yeah, that's a lot of money there, dude.
Yeah, I can't afford that.
Moolah. Sir Adamantine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember the same thing, man. This I love the damn dentist though. He was really a cool dude. He goes, okay, I'm gonna all right, we're gonna take out your top wisdom teeth, man. It's not gonna hurt that bad. And it may, you may get a little surprised by the sounds or how it feels. But it'll be over in 1, 2, and then he did it on 2. So I totally wasn't ready for it.
They're not gentle about it either.
No, dude. No. Your neck will be like cranked back and shit, and you're like going.
And what really sucked in my case was that wisdom tooth had fully grown in. It was perfectly fine. I ended up having to get it removed because I got a kernel or a popcorn, like the shell of a popcorn underneath it.
Oh, but that sucks, man. That
I
hurts
hate
so
when
bad.
popcorn gets jammed down there. Oh,
I can't stand that shit, man.
And I just went to the dentist and figured, they'd dig around and get it out. No, we're going to take that tooth out.
Yeah, you don't need it. Yeah, I mean, we can charge you a lot more money. I love it. Any dental industry people in the stream tonight in the chat?
not me. I went to school for architecture.
Okay. Are you drawing anything right now? You got any?
Personal stuff, that's it. But my actual job is a security officer now. And I can't even get a job in my field anymore because I went to ITT.
Right.
And now they're shut down, so my diploma isn't even worth the paper it's printed on.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I had a friend that is only a year older than me, and he was going to ITT Tech, and he was actually supposed to graduate this spring,
Yeah.
but because of the shutdown last year, that was it. He was basically kind of all that college was for nothing.
And he still has to
He
pay it
went
back
there
to
for
you.
like a whole year, and like it's all for nothing. So
Yeah.
that time at ITT. So that was like a waste of his time.
It was a waste of my time going there in the first place. After graduating, I tried to get a job, and they're like, well, since they didn't teach you how to draw in electrical or insulation, we're not going to train you on that. So I go back, I'm like, you guys need to fix this. Someone needs to teach me how to draw electrical and insulation in on these designs, because they're not in the books either. And you need to do it now. They're like, we'll see what we can do. I got a call 3 months later. Hey, we're having a new class if you want to join. And then a month after that, they got shut down.
That would suck.
Wow.
So I can do, I can design anything on the program AutoCAD, or it's AutoCAD Revit for designing houses. But I cannot get a job because I no longer have the diploma. And no one will count the knowledge of it as reasonable to hire me.
It seems like to me that what do you call it? The educational standards part of your state government. They had to okay, ITT at the time. That, I mean, because there's like laws that they have to meet a certain standard. So your credits should at least count towards going to another school or something, man. You should really look into that, because I think that because you paid that fucking money, you sat in those classes, man. You can operate that CAD. So, obviously you went to the school, right? You've got proof that you paid the damn bills. I wouldn't let that shit go. I get pissed off at stuff like that. I'm like a dog with the bone, man. I don't let go. I get pissed off about something, man.
If I go back to school, I'm going back for criminal justice, because we have a Homeland Security division here in my state, and I'm going to apply again after I've worked at this current job for a little over a year. So I have some security knowledge, and not to mention my job, it's with a company called G4S. They have contracts all over the U.S.
Right.
And in every country except for China and Russia.
Wow.
So I can go anywhere in the world if I wanted to.
Are you carrying a weapon now? Pistol?
No, the current one the current contract I'm on for the building, they don't allow it. But I can get all that. I can get all the training through them for they do maritime training. They do Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, and they do domestic terrorism training as well. So I can get jobs in any of those fields.
That's cool, man. Go kick some Antifa ass, man, for us. I'm serious,
I
man.
wish.
I can't stand those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And if any Antifa are listening to me and you want to come challenge my ass, I'll gladly accept. I'm an old fucking cripple, and I'll still kick your ass.
Put it in chat if you want to fight. I'll give you my address.
What is it? It sounds like somebody's like rolling their window down.
It's popping up for me as sir. For making the sound.
I'm sorry. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, no, I'm not hearing that either.
Wait,
Yeah.
when did T-Tac leave?
T-Tac was never here.
He's never been here yet. He said he's going to be towards the end of the stream.
He was never here? I
That was
swear
doable.
I remember T-Tac being on the stream earlier for some reason.
Yeah, right.
What the
You sure you're not smoking something? I'll come there, buddy.
No, I'm not. I remember T-Tac being on the stream for some weird reason.
Yeah.
It just occurred to me that he was not here.
Where's T-Tag, man? Dude. You know what a pothead's favorite word is?
What?
Ear. Like ear.
What's sad is I've actually said that too. Holding it in, I can't say here, so I say ear.
Ear.
Because the H makes you exhale.
Of course. Exactly. Yeah. I've smoked my share of pot back in the day. Oh, man.
One of the funniest movie scenes is that scene with Chris Farley and David Spade in the movie Black Sheep, where they're like driving in the police car, but then they drive over this road construction and they pierce the nitrous oxide boosters in their car. And then the nitrous oxide's leaking into the car and they get high off of it and they don't even know it. And they're just like some roads, like saying roads weird, like roads. Yeah.
Roads. Yeah, man.
Just laughing their heads off, getting high off the nitrous oxide.
Yeah. Let me see who's it. And yeah, talking about nitrous. Is anybody in the chat ever mixed nitrous and pot smoke together? Calling buzz bombs. Any buzz bomb alums out there? God.
How much
All we've
nitrous?
ever done is
I'm
pot.
so fucking old, man. Huh?
How much nitrous kills you? Like, I know if you get too much at once.
Yeah. No, pure nitrous will kill you if you don't. Usually, the percentages you put, it's a 5 to 95 or 10 to 90. 90% air to to 10% nitrous, and that'll be enough to get you lightheaded. And that's usually the mix that they use at the dentist. But if you do pure nitrous, you don't need to do a lot, man. That shit will kill your ass deader than fuck. I mean,
the worst thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say you won't even know it, man. Because you'll pass out first, and it's Nicholas Davis knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's like you get a balloon full of nitrous, right? And then you take a hit off a bong, and then you take a hit off the balloon, and then you like wake up a minute later, and then you do it again.
The worst thing I've ever done for that is taking a rip off of a bong or a bubbler.
Yeah.
And then using helium, and then we all would just start talking to each other with these high-pitched voices. Greatest way to end the night, because you can't breathe anymore because you're laughing.
Yeah. Dude.
Ooh, I actually have balloons. My son's birthday party was the other day, and he still has fucking balloons full of helium here in the house.
Yeah.
I feel so boring compared to you people.
Yeah. It's just a garden variety alcoholic there.
Yeah, I'm just a high functioning alcoholic and sometimes not so highly functioning.
I'm on the other side of that, man. I can't drink. It's like if somebody offers me a drink or something, it's like I have to say, no, I got to be home for Christmas and shit. Because
this is actually the only time I think I've ever streamed sober.
Really? Yeah, what was that night? It was what you and it was you and Captain Cummings, and he was trash, man. And who else? I can't remember. It was Mitch, maybe. Charming Man.
Oh yeah, and Whitey.
Yeah, and Whitey. Yeah, it was like and I mean, like everybody was drunk but me, man. It was really weird. Because that's usually not the case. It's like it's been a while since I've had a drink, to be honest. I can't do it, man. That's one of the few things that my Irish.
I know the feeling, dude. I have a bad liver, so I drink once a week, if that, maybe once every other week.
What's the old saying?
Sorry, what?
God invented whiskey so the Irish wouldn't rule the world.
Did any of
That's
you
awesome
ever,
because I'm Irish.
did any of you ever see
Me
that
too.
that one episode of Family Guy where they flash back to the distant past of Ireland, and it was a super advanced society, and and then they show some scientists who just discovered whiskey, and then it all goes to hell, and everyone's just beating their wives, and
It's the dark ages and shit. Yeah, and everybody's drunk and
That's
shit.
awesome.
Yeah, man, pissing themselves and
Oh man. Oh wow! I just got a new subscriber 26 minutes ago.
well, good.
So,
Congratulations.
I got to set a goal for myself by like this first week of October coming up here. I got to have my next video up, and then by the end of October, I need to be at 200 subs. Hopefully I can get there. Just get the videos back rolling out.
How many subs are you at right now?
Right.
168
Damn.
currently.
I'll sub you in just a minute.
I
There's
just
no
get
sub
I
for
grow-
you.
I grow really well when I actually post videos, but I kind of went into this after I started college. I kind of went into this slump where I kind of slacked off on posting videos, and now my growth, kind of just slowed because of that. But like, if I make stuff, I grow pretty good. I grow pretty decent, pretty rapidly. But if I don't, then I kind of stop. So really, my growth depends on my working on videos. But if I actually make the videos, then I tend to grow pretty well.
Well,
So I
speaking
just
of,
crank them out again. I should do pretty well again.
I was going to say, speaking of videos, I've got this thing that I'm working on. I talked to Sir Adamantine a little bit about this, but there's a certain YouTuber that I believe is very full of shit, and I have learned some stuff through some forensic. I'm actually really good at going through the interwebs and finding shit that people think can't be found on the internet. And I found a bunch of stuff on this person. I'm not going to dox them at all, but I'm going to use their own words against them. And
Yes, please don't dox me.
no, I would never do that. I think that's the only cowards pull that kind of bullshit. So, but it's like I could easily, and but I'm not going to do it because anyway. But the video will let the person know that I could easily do it. So that if they want to come back at me, and they've got like almost 9,000 subs now. So it's like, but I don't think I'm committing suicide because there's enough people that hate this motherfucker so bad that I believe I've gotten to Sir Adamantine. I talked to you, and I talked to a couple other people, and one of them's pretty big. One of friends with in a certain big circle.
What's the channel?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say it on air.
Okay.
I'll talk.
Will you tell us once we get off air?
Yeah. Well, it's like just let me put it together, and it should be able to. I should be out with it by Monday or Tuesday, because I've got all the.
Is it someone in the genre in our genre?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Your guys' genre.
It's everybody's genre. It's YouTube. It's man. There's a difference between. That's why when it comes to like talking about politics and things like that, I stick to opinion, okay? Because I'm not here to, prove, how fucking intellectually, superior or inferior I may be. It's like, because when it comes down to it, that's not what it's here for. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not in this thing for subs, right? If I want to go after somebody with a shitload more subs than me, then my objective better be to get more subs, right? And I'll sit right here and say it right now. That is my objective. And and this motherfucker has done the same thing and gone after people and tried to start fights with people over nothing. And the idiot claims to this, that, and the other. And the real deal is the motherfucker wants more subs. It's about whose dick is the biggest, man. I don't care, man. It's but I am in it for the subs, and I'll say that right here, right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with going after someone who's a lot bigger and being aware of the fact that it could make you a lot bigger, unless you do it the high, I think I'm real slimy way.
Well, yeah, and then there's that. It's like it's like people that make a habit of trying to do that shit, like the loudmouth movie reviewer and people, like that. It's like, oh, who am I go after, today? That's not me, man. It's just that I'm so sick of this motherfucker. I just, I want to just, kind of shut him up for a while and get him maybe do a little introspection, because the person probably has something wise, some wisdom to offer, on YouTube. If all you got to do is be sincere, all I got to do is be who I am, man, and and whether people like me or not, that's one thing, but I'll get subs,
Yeah. So
I don't care if I'm white.
I will say nothing has yet been able to sway me into making videos, but Liz Reptile's getting me close.
Tell me about that, man. What is this Liz Reptile? Because I heard that she had left and was never going to do it again. And it's kind of like a Joy Sparkles thing, and then all of a sudden she's back. And is Liz Reptile a woman?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I think of her more as just a disgusting human being.
Okay. Give me some history, brother.
Well, there's a whole big trashy thing going on where she had Sevy Rose live with her, and they were in a relationship, and apparently, even though Liz is married, and then Sevy cheated on Liz with Liz's husband. And I mean, it's as trashy as trashy gets. And if that's how she wants to live her life, fine. But I've sat around on Twitter watching people just constantly charity casing Liz because she always whines about not having any money and how horrible her life is without saying it. And finally, this was just too much. I want her to shut up and go away.
I hear you. I feel exactly the same way about this other person. And this other person is fucking filthy rich. That's what gets me. After what I've learned, I'm like, I'm not going to have a fucking lick of sympathy for this person. So
good. That should make for an entertaining video.
Yeah. Well, the way that I'm doing it, it's going to be very entertaining.
So on the topic of YouTube and videos, do you guys cross-platform post? Like, I have my own website now, and I have YouTube, and then I have VidMe and Facebook.
Right.
Where do you guys get the most of your views?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
I apparently get the most of my views on Facebook. I actually did a little test. Same video, posted it on Facebook, and in a day and a half, I got 3,000 views.
Really?
Posted it to YouTube. I currently have 20 views on it.
That's crazy. Are you doing it? Is the platform on YouTube, and then you're like putting it on Facebook, and that's the way it's getting viewed?
No, I legitimately on my own Facebook page posted it,
right,
and shared it into 3 groups. Got 3,000 views, and then in it linked to the YouTube account. Got nothing. So what I'm actually going to try next to see if I can get more traffic over here, because you can't monetize videos on Facebook. You can only monetize video games.
Yeah, see,
So
I'm done with Facebook. It is so much
if it'll
goddamn
get me
drama.
views on here on YouTube, I will. I will definitely keep using it, but that is the only reason. I just want to get that. I want to get those 3,000 views over here on YouTube because then it'll certainly help.
Yeah, see, I have an account that's connected through a hobby that I'm into, and I'm getting some. I usually post my videos up there, and I do get some views through that. But it's like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, Facebook is so, God almighty, just talk about, just, I don't. Don't you love how like precise my language is?
I don't even have a Facebook account. No interest.
Yeah, it's like I lost so many friends because of this fucking identity politics horse shit. It's just ridiculous, man. I just said, you know what? Fuck it. And Facebook is the perfect place for identity politics. I mean, it's just ideal.
Yeah. So you guys know the whole Elf on a Shelf?
Yeah.
Most people know Elf on a Shelf. Did you see the whole meme thing that was going around?
Yeah, some of those
You
are
heard of
pretty
Elf
good.
on a Shelf? Here's blah 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 on whatever.
Mhm.
And one of the groups, I originally joined them because they didn't care. Like you could post whatever you wanted. A few months down the line, it's like, all right, you can't post this type of stuff and this type of stuff. It's like we're a group that allows nudity and to post whatever the hell you want. But now you're gonna start regulating because we have little bitches in the group. Because do you mind if I use the N word on this stream?
Yeah, I kind of have to. Just
Okay, so it was you've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Here's Tigger on a
right.
Oh my
and it was
goodness.
Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, and everyone's like crying in that post, like, "Oh my God, this is so racist! It's racist." I'm like, "It's a word. Why are you guys so upset over a word?"
Yeah, I don't know, man. See, I live in Alabama, and I got a little story I'll tell about. I taught this lady. I taught GED classes, right?
Mhm.
And this lady was 75 years old, and she had just taught herself how to read, and she wanted to get a high school diploma just because she didn't have one, and she always wanted one, right? She wanted to get one before she died.
Yeah.
And I taught her how to do fractions and stuff. And every time I fucking, goddamn it, and every time, it's like she told me about. I asked her one night. I said, I know that living back then was rough, and she talked to me and she told me about this one thing that happened to her, and I cried after she left and shit. But it touched my heart so deeply is that every time that word comes in my head, I can't type it. I think of her, and I don't know I don't know if that's brainwashing or whatever you want to call it, but it's just I can't do it out of respect for her, man. And I don't know, man. Y'all help me. Does that make me? What does that make me? That word, that one word has so much of an impact on me.
Well, see, something like that's understandable to not like that word. But I'm running into people who don't like that word because they say it's racist, but that they have no basis of calling it racist aside from it's a word that they don't like. And that's literally what the argument was. You actually have a story behind it why you don't like this word. You actually have a meaning behind of not liking a word. So that just makes you a normal person, a rational person.
I just don't use it because
I use it in the context of NIBBA. That's something that happened in the white YouTubers Discord. Everyone
Right.
started saying nibba, so we just started saying that instead of the actual word. So it's just like a way of saying it without saying it for those who would cry racism for saying the actual word.
I think it's a tacky word personally, and I don't use it. But no
Mhm.
words should be off limits if you want to
Exactly.
use them, unless they're put together in the form of a threat.
Well, and I appreciate people like understanding that it's this is kind of my house tonight, and and just that request is a sincere one, man.
Yeah, and I respect that request.
But if somebody was to say it, I wouldn't say get the fuck out, or anything like that, because people can get emotional, and even under those conditions, even though it's highly distasteful, it's like I wouldn't unfriend somebody forever just because they said it in front of me. I had friends on fucking Facebook literally just say, look, man, that's it, because I said I was going to vote for Trump, and I'm like, okay, if you're that fucking shallow, man, then it's like, I don't even know why we were friends to begin with. Jesus,
wow.
That's
My
how
boss got mad at me for that too.
I fucking hate Facebook, man. I fucking hate it. And that's the reason why, man.
My boss told me that everything that's happening in the U.S. right now is even with North Korea is all Trump's fault. It never started anywhere else. It's all Trump's fault. He told me that last night. I was like, what the fuck?
That's right.
Blaming North Korea on Trump.
Everything that's happening in North Korea is not because of Trump. It's because of the 4 or 5 presidents before him who never addressed it when it would have been simple.
Exactly. It's just like Obama, man. I swear to God, the first 4 years in office, and really the first 6 years in office, if you want my opinion, everything was like, well, Bush. It was blaming all on Bush, man. And it was like, well, when is this motherfucker going to take responsibility for some of this shit? Like when that big EPA fuck up, when they turned the damn was it the Colorado River that they turned yellow with cadmium? It would, I mean, for God's sakes, and that was the EPA that did that. They dumped raw cadmium in the Colorado River.
I remember that. It wasn't from some closed mine. They were
it was a mine. Exactly. They were cleaning up a Superfund mine, and the cadmium, which is a poison, but it makes a beautiful paint. Anyway, but yeah, they dumped it in the Colorado River and ruined it.
Wow.
And it was like, and this lady that was the head of the EPA at the time was a political appointee who didn't know jack shit about what she was doing. It was just like Brownie and FEMA and all that shit with W when Katrina happened, man. Does anybody remember that?
Oh yeah.
It was, and she was like this gay lady, this really butch looking, lady. And she didn't know jack shit about pollution or any of that stuff. She was just stuck there because she was a political hack. And but nobody talks about that because Obama was the greatest president we've ever had. I don't know.
Yeah, and then if you have any issues with Obama and you say anything against him,
you're
racist.
Exactly. They got to play the card because, of course, only a racist would do that.
Something Obama did that I actually genuinely agreed with, that I actually didn't really find anything objectionable to, was when he started meeting with the Cubans to start the beginnings of opening up relations and trade and all that kind of stuff, and ending that, you know,
Embargo.
50-year plus embargo between our two nations. Like, that's one thing that Obama has started doing that I actually genuinely thought was good. Like, I didn't really see anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the libertarian in you. That's I can see that. See, my old Cold Warrior bullshit. You know that once I was thinking that they were like getting within a couple of years of like, you know, go ahead and saying, okay, you know, I don't know. Who am I? I'm just an old fart.
One thing that I like the idea of what he was going to do, for what Obama was going to do. I just hated the implementation, was the affordable health care. I worked for the affordable health care call center dealing with people calling in. The standard that I heard was I'm white, I make 15,000 a year, my husband makes 10 grand a year, and we have 3 kids. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't qualify for any credits whatsoever. And I'm being completely literal here. Then I get Mexican or Spanish. They have 5 kids. Parents make roughly the same amount, and now they get $300 to $700 in credits for insurance.
Right.
And a person who was Cuban, he swam from Cuba to the U.S. Instantly, once I typed he was Cuban in there, he didn't pay a dime for his insurance, no matter what level he picked.
That's interesting.
And he didn't even have a job, too. So I typed in Cuban immigrant. Nope, free, 100%.
But Obama, I thought I saw something like before Obama left office, didn't he end the wet foot, dry foot policy? I thought he
Yeah, I
ended
read.
that.
Yeah, I think he did. I think you're right. I think I saw that too. You know what's interesting about Obama is that as much as that dude vexed me, it amazed me as to how much he was a political genius, and he still is to some degree, in my opinion. And because the dude could fucking politicize a turd. I'm fucking serious, man. He could pick up a remote control and start telling you about, you know, how it had an impact politically on, you know, on life, and he could twist it around to some kind of Marxist argument, man. He was brilliant at that shit, man. It was almost like it's some kind of weird superpower he had. And there's nobody, you know, Reagan was the closest thing, you know, that I've seen, you know, to that type of ability on the right. And I've yet to see really John Stossel is the only libertarian that I've seen that had that type of ability too, a natural just charisma. And I wish to hell he would run for office, man. I'd vote for him.
The superhero name would be Mr. Political. How's that?
Yes, I'll take it.
All right, quickly, someone make that and copyright it so no one else can take it.
That's right. Comics are going to hell.
Oh, yeah, they are.
What is that?
What is that raging eagle? What's that noise? It just came from your speaker.
No, I turned my door handle. This?
No, it was like a.
Sounds like a goose.
Oh, that was my wife texting me saying she's off work now.
I was gonna say, was that like your phone next to the
vibrating.
microphone?
Yeah, that's all right, dude.
Yeah, let me mute my phone so it doesn't vibrate no more. There you go. You guys won't hear it no more.
I was kind of like enjoying the mystery of it. I was like, what the fuck is that, man? What's that noise, man?
Well, if you want, I could place my phone down on the cat, and you can hear her purr, and it'll sound weird too.
So let's see.
Hi.
I need to find a I'm going to find, because Friday nights I'm gonna implement a rule for this stream. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah,
All right.
what is it?
Everybody has to bring at least one limerick.
Limerick.
Yeah, a dirty limerick to the fucking to the stream. Okay. And I say I'm gonna pull one up and say I've got so many in my head, man, but I just can't remember them anymore like I used to, right? Let's see, not kids. I like the dirty ones. You know? Let's see. Oh, there once was a man from Peru who fell asleep in his canoe. He dreamed about Venus, started stroking his penis, and ended up with a handful of goo.
Oh man! Like, how old are these? Like, who made these? Like,
you know where I got that? I got that from a Parliament Funkadelic rock concert that was probably recorded in 1977. Y'all don't know what that is. Parliament was like this black funk band with this dude named Bootsy Collins. He's notorious, just a brilliant bass player, right? And and they were like the Kiss. It was like the black version of Kiss. They dress up in these outrageous things, you know, and they put on these great shows, man. Bootsy Collins would come out wearing a diaper or some shit like that, you know. And these, like, you know, these boots that were like, you know, 11 inches off the ground and shit. No lyrics,
Yeah.
Anybody? Come on.
I got one.
All right, let's hear it.
There once was a fellow McSweeney who spilled some gin on his weenie. Just to be couthed, he added vermouth and then slipped his girlfriend a martini.
I like
I
it.
stutter, so.
No, you did good. You did good, man. Like it. All right. Adamantine?
I'm still searching.
Okay. Occam?
I literally was looking up dirty limericks, and the first one I saw was the McSweeney one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, I got one.
All right, let's go.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, "If my ear were a cunt, I would fuck it."
Ding. I love it. I love it. All right, how about this one, okay? There once was a young suitor from Kent whose dick was so long that it bent. He gave the girls trouble and he folded it double, and then when he came, he also went. No, how about this one? There once was a man from St. Clair who was bawling his wife on the stairs. On the 33rd stroke, the banister broke. He finished her off in midair.
Wait, I just found a great one. All right. I found this on Google. All right. So it says, there once was a plumber from Lee who was plumbing his girl by the sea. She said, "Stop your plumbing. There's somebody coming." Said the plumber, still plumbing. "It's me."
It's me. That's excellent.
All right, I got one.
All right.
There once was a fellow O'Doul who found little red spots on his tool. His doctor, cynic, said, "Get out of my clinic and wipe that lipstick off, you fool."
Oh, dude. Let's see.
I'm on zillagorilla.tripod.com for dirty limericks.
Zilla?
Yeah, ZILLAGORILLA.tripod.com.
Cool.
Or just go to Google and type in dirty limericks, and it's the third or second link.
I see it.
Here's a good one.
Snoochie Booches.
Yeah, that one.
Here's a
Well,
good limerick.
Okay.
There once was a man from Madras whose balls were made out of brass. When
he
he'd
claimed
bang them together, they'd play stormy weather, and
you know,
lightning would
shot
shoot
out.
out of his ass.
Yes. I love that
I'm getting
one.
a call.
I actually almost chose that one earlier.
I think. Irate, have you said that one before? Because it sounded familiar.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah, man. That's one of my faves. And it reminds me of this dude. A friend of mine called Florida Bill, and if he's listening to this, dude, it was really weird. I hadn't talked to this dude in a year, and my dad was over here earlier today, and he brought him up, and hello, at 6 o'clock. He called me, and so anyway. For some reason, I can't hear.
All right, I'm back.
Can you hear us, Irate?
Oh, my camera's on.
Fuck.
I think our host
Can
is
anyone
having
hear?
technical difficulties.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Wow. This is just a really weird one I found. A really weird limerick involving crap and animals. A bear taking a dump asked a rabbit, "Does shit stick to your fur as a habit?" "Of course not," said the hare. "It's really quite rare." So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
That's pretty funny.
That's a great one, man. And then there's a way that yeah, I'm sorry about that. My fucking cord came unplugged. I hate this damn thing.
Uh-oh. I think my computer's about to die.
Why? You said that last week.
Yeah, I don't know. That always happens.
Well, his computer may have died.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Sir Adamantine, you there?
I'm here.
All right, cool.
I was just checking through Twitter. It looks like our friend Duel just put out some new piece of music with the Beard Barian. That should be entertaining.
I got a surprise for you, Sir Adamantine.
Yeah, what's that?
Hey, it's Uzi Q.
Oh, your better half.
Yes.
Yes, I just got home from work. So how are y'all doing?
Yeah, we've had fun.
She's a natural.
Okay, well, I'm going to let y'all go. Bye.
Oh, she's got that cute accent too.
Yeah. She sounds more country, man. I mean, she sounds more southern, like when she gets nervous. It's funny as hell. Because she hey y'all. Hey. Let's see.
Occam just fell out of the call.
He'll be back. To his friend, Ned said rather blue, "My wife Edith just told me we're through. Or she says I'm too fat." And his friend told him that you can't have your cake and Edith too. There once was a girl named Tristane whose beer that she ordered was Pistane. She said, I don't think that he spit out her, and she spit out her drink on the menu that this one was listed. That's weird. Yeah, that's a bad rhyme. Bad rhyme. Bad rhyme.
I got an interesting one. There once was a woman named Jill who swallowed an exploding pill. They found her vagina in North Carolina and her tits in a tree in Brazil.
That's classic.
That's dark.
Yeah. There's another version where it says she used dynamite for a thrill. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, dirty limericks. All right, I'm gonna bookmark this thing. Yeah, we will come back to this. This is going to be a weekly edition. Okay, and whoever Snoochie Booches is.
Thank you, Snoochie Booches.
Exactly. Let's see. Ding. Yeah, there's a thing called R Jokes, a subreddit called Jokes. And there once was a girl named Alice who used dynamite as a phallus. They found her vagina in South Carolina and they found her tits in North Dallas. So it's a nice little play with the Jill thing. So I like that. I like it. Oh, what does it make me, man? How come, are you going to come back, dude, or what?
Did I hear him say earlier that T-Tac is planning on coming on later?
Yeah, T-Tac said he was going to try to make it on before midnight. So, and I told some people that I might put the link in the chat in about 5 more minutes, maybe 10. Y'all okay with that?
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. Every time I do that, every time I do that, it becomes a very entertaining disaster.
Well, hey, man.
I got one more. It's a little dark as well.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like there's a couple in the chat too. They look good too.
Yeah,
there once was a man from Havana. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
There once was a man from Havana who screwed a girl on a player piano. At the height of their fever, her ass had a lever, and yes, he has no banana.
That's a song,
Oh, it is?
No bananas. Yeah. So that was nice. I like it. T-Tac, there you are. He's driving home, but he still has a ways to go. Isn't that a REM song? Driver 8? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Suzanne's a big guy. I mean, Uzi. Oops. You didn't hear that. Uzi Q.
I think that was an open secret anyway. So.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, because it sounded really familiar when you said it.
Yeah, Uzi Q. It was like, yeah, it was the machine gun kind of, but the Uzi part kind of fits too. If you know her, she can get, man. When her mouth is running, she can roll it. She can roll some. She can give it back, buddy. That's what I love about her. She don't take no shit from me, man.
You and Ranting Monkey really married up.
Indeed. I'll double that, man. I totally agree with that, man. I know from my side at least, and from what I can gather on his side, I agree with that too. I might invite him next week.
He's always entertaining.
Indeed.
I've only seen just a few videos of his and never any live streams if he's done them.
Oh, he does a live stream every night, man. Where are you? Eastern or Central Time or Pacific?
Mountain Standard.
Mountain. Okay,
Mhm.
so he comes on every night at 7 your time.
Mm.
If you look for it, he and Some Dumb American and Scribe Light, they share a stream. So and they rotate nights. So and it was
Okay.
Scribe. Yeah, it'll be on his Monkey's channel tomorrow.
I've seen just a few, but the only reason why I know of Ranty Monkey is because of the collab with the white YouTuber and Direwolf,
Oh yeah.
where they were just hating on Whitey.
That sounds like that sounds like every video Whitey's a part of.
Yeah.
That's actually how I first heard of all of them, and now I sub to Direwolf, and a couple others. I don't sub to Irate Bear. I don't really. I'm kind of picky. I don't really like his content.
Okay.
Oh, I love Irate Bear.
Yeah. He's awesome. He's awesome, man.
He's someone who does not take himself too seriously.
Exactly. And that's the key to good true humility, is that you don't take yourself seriously and you understand that you can come and go at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like the man who was fucking. You know,
Yeah.
that died while he was fucking. He came and went at the same time.
Yeah, I actually limit who I really watch. I used to watch a lot of people. On my first YouTube channel, which I started in 2008. I still have that account, but I have over 100 people I sub to. And I would spend like 50, 60 gigs a month watching videos. And
so who are your favorites now?
Philip DeFranco, MXR, the white YouTuber, Steven Crowder, definitely Steven Crowder.
Yeah.
I'd have to log into my account to see the names. ESO does videos on Skyrim and basically online games or console games, stuff like that.
Okay. You ever check out anybody like T-Tac?
I follow Duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Duel.
Yeah, you should check out this guy named Phobos, Phobos Media.
I've heard of him. I've yet to check him out.
He's very cool, man. You would like him. He's very, very cool.
Didn't you say I introduced you to him?
I believe you did. Yes, I believe you did.
He's a good one. I like him.
Yeah,
he's got a great deal of potential on his.
You have a nice, like you're kind of like what the Jewish people call a yenta. You find good matches. You know, it's like he and I, like, we ended up, the first time I met him, you know, was on your recommendation, right? And we ended up chatting back and forth for at least an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm talking typing out and just talking back to each other in a Discord. And I think it was Whitey's Discord. You know, just we hit it off really good. And then he showed up. He was last week. He was here in this stream.
Yeah, he's good on streams too.
Yeah. I am going to.
I just remembered a few more. They're from the niche that I post to, you know, anime cracks and stuff like that.
Right.
There's Lost Paws, or he also goes by Noble. He does reaction videos to people who post anime cracks. He's actually really fucking funny. Then there's Rust Wolf, Maggie, Rem Says Deaths. Those guys, they post really good content, and I wish I can get that good quickly. I just need a better program.
I'll tell you, all right, here's my favorite anime, okay? Attack on Titan, and Death Note. All right, and fucking One Punch Man.
My video that the video I just posted, I have One Punch Man in there.
God damn.
The very first one that I did has Attack on Titan and crap, my brain just went blank.
Adamantine. Have you seen any of these that we're talking about?
No, I'm one of the rare ones in our community, if you will, who don't really do anime or play video games. Or
yeah, I'm with you on the video games. I'm not real big into those, but I'm real picky about the anime, and One Punch Man is awesome, man. You should.
It is hilarious.
The only anime I ever used to watch on any kind of a regular basis was Inuyasha.
I've seen almost every single episode of Inuyasha, and I wish they had. I haven't seen the final episode, so I can't say I wish they had finished it better. But there's a lot of chances that they had to make this series better throughout all of the episodes. I wish they had done that.
All right, I just opened it up. So if you're still here, I see that the 6 are watching. If you want to come on in, hit the all you got to do is hit the Hangouts and come on and talk to us.
Doubting Tommy, you should come join and
get your ass in here, Doubting Tommy,
and tell us. He did you heard that Bearing video about gay marriage that caused a big uproar?
Yeah.
Doubting Tommy did a live stream on it there a few days ago, and like a third of the way into it, Bearing shows up.
Okay.
What
did you think about that? Because I'm interested in hearing your perspective, especially Sir Adamantine.
Bearing's not homophobic, for God's sakes.
Do you understand? See, his deal is that the language they've snuck in, that language that they use in C16 up in Canada. They've used some similar language in the way that you address people, and that's what he's concerned about is the
yeah, and that's just a bunch of BS. But I will say one thing that the U.S. has way over every other Western country, even the ones that are still decent, is the First Amendment. And yes. I can totally understand why anyone in those other countries would be freaked out about the further ways they're limited.
Yeah,
they do not have the freedom of expression like we do.
And I thank God every day, man. I know it's trendy to be like a hardcore anti-theist and shit. I don't believe necessarily in the biblical idea of God, but I do believe in a power that combines us all together, kind of like the Force, maybe.
Actually, I kind of agree with you. I'm not an anti-theist. I'm the same as you, and I do believe some religion needs protecting.
Yeah, and I believe in love, man. That's all that Jesus preached when you want to get down to it. All that other bullshit.
Exactly.
That's
I agree
man.
with that.
Yeah,
it was all about love, and that's all that actually matters.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm completely opposite of you guys. I believe there should be no religion whatsoever. Wipe it out today, never again. We already have morals. Don't be an asshole. Don't kill someone. Don't steal shit. Start living off of that. We don't. I used to be Mormon.
Well, I don't believe in organized religion. I'll say that.
Okay.
Me either.
But I do believe that
there's no higher power either.
You need to have hope, and that's what I think that the world needs more of right now is hope.
Yeah, I do too, man. I'm with you on that. Love and hope. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with more love and more hope?
But anyway, back to the Bearing thing.
Yeah, that was a hell of a get you got there.
Oh, I know. I'm surprised as hell he actually showed up. I mean, I'm 20 minutes into my live stream and he shows up in the chat. Well, it might have helped that I titled it "Is Bearing a Homophobic Cunt?"
That
would
wouldn't
do
get
it.
his attention at all, would it?
No, not at all.
It's bearing a homophobic cunt. Man. That's
No, I
crazy.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't think so to begin with. I mean,
Tell me about yourself, Tommy. I don't know you, man. I haven't met you before.
well, we've talked a little bit in chats
Yeah,
because
in
I'm
chats.
always over in. Yeah, I'm always in the same chats as you are. I'm
Yeah.
constantly on the Lords of the Night chat. So
Yeah.
anyway, extremely gay. Have been out for over 20 years. I actually fought for marriage rights here in America. So
Yeah. Did you get what Barry meant by when he talked about, tell me what happened in your stream, man. Now you got me interested. Did he come out like all defensive and stuff, or?
well, not at all, because he had already listened to a little bit of what I was talking about, because I actually was agreeing with his points.
Okay.
I mean, yes, I have fought for marriage rights, but I think that freedom of expression needs to happen too. And right now, the way it is in Australia, I would vote no also. And that's coming from me. That's coming from someone who has fought for this stuff, which I know is surprising as hell to a lot of people.
I've yet to meet an Australian who says that they would say yes to it.
Which is kind of weird because it's like the Australian rules football. Their commission was all with this whole yes campaign thing. There's definitely a liberal push over there right now, but there's weird stuff going on. Australia is like we were in the 1980s, man. And there's a strong religious, thing, but also I have to agree with the way that they're wording this legislation right now in the British.
Well, it's not even legislation though. I mean, what they're voting on isn't actually even legally binding. They're voting on a survey. This isn't an actual legal thing.
Really?
Yeah, so basically this survey, if it ever passed, it would go in and then they would vote yes or no on allowing it or not.
They don't have they have two bills that have been penned in the past. And the last one was penned about a year ago, but there was never even a vote on it. And never made it through to even put a vote to it.
Yeah.
And well, the problem is once this vote happens, if it comes back as a yes, it means it will push the legislators there to create a bill, and nobody knows what is going to be in that bill. And that's my biggest issue, is without the actual knowledge of what the bill is going to entail, and if there is any, anything on it protecting people's rights or not. It's that level of uncertainty. That's the reason why I would vote no too.
I have an issue with all of this because the way I personally see it, you getting married to another man does not harm me at all. So as long as you're not, long as you're not walking around downtown like, oh, we're married. Hey, we're married to everyone you see. I don't give a damn. You don't hurt me. You don't hurt my beliefs. Why is everyone having such a big deal? Why can't they just say, yes, men can get married to men, women can get married to women, and leave it at that?
Because there is a lot of issues that go along with it. Trust me, I've been in this camp enough to know what's going on. You have the whole wedding cake scenario, which, by the way, is still illegal in Australia right now. They would not be able to discriminate against that. A baker would be forced to have to do it. Otherwise, they could be fined and sued.
See, now that I also have issue with. Give give owners the right to refuse service to anyone. Because I highly doubt there's not a single gay or bi person that doesn't make cakes. There's got to be at least one person to make cakes.
Oh yeah, and I've actually
I would go down there to make cakes.
I've been in one of these scenarios before. I actually got involved in one because there was a couple I knew back in when I lived in Denver that was getting married. They went to a baker who refused them to make them the cake. The news covered it. It was all over. I actually talked to the couple. I knew a gay baker. I introduced them to him, and he made them a wedding cake for free and got tons of publicity out of it. And it was a win-win situation in that case. But
Yeah.
I also helped there was a protest and a boycott against the baker that refused. I was part of it. We did not stop anybody from entering there, though. And we did not stop anybody from, doing business with this baker. We just made sure it was clear, it was known that what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He basically shut down less than a year later because he lost so much business.
That's sad.
Well, I have no problem with someone refusing, but let the free market handle it. Let
Right.
people know about it.
Right. Well, and it'd be like, think about, let's flip it around. Like say a gay couple owns a bakery and, say a Nazi and his fucking, wife, or girlfriend thing, they want to get married and they want a cake with swastikas and shit all over it. It's like, I would expect, I would
exactly. They should be able to refuse that too.
Exactly. They should be able to say
anybody should be able to refuse if they don't. If they have a moral, objection to doing it, they should be allowed to do it. Exactly. Or, I mean, they should be allowed to object and not have to do it.
Right.
And that's the problem in Australia right now. They don't have any of that.
The only I agree with you with one clarification though. I don't think employees should have that same right.
Yeah, I know. You listened to my live stream, right? I think
I
you were.
did.
Yeah. Because I was against everybody else in the chat on that. Because I do believe we were talking about this scenario of the woman down in the South who worked at a courthouse who refused to do marriage license for gay couples.
That was one county over from where I live.
Yeah, well, I actually would back up that woman as long as there's somebody in that courthouse who would be willing to do it.
I wouldn't. If you can't do the job, if you can't do the job, don't take the job.
She's a bitch.
It's like the pharmacist who wouldn't give the morning after pill to women because they were religiously opposed to it. It's like, it's fine if you don't believe in that sort of thing, but that's part of your job. So find a new job.
Right.
Well, and like I said, I can somewhat agree with you guys. I think but I still think that you should be able to refuse something you don't want to do, but as long as there's somebody else there willing to do it.
And that's what, what in that case that you were talking about, that in I can't remember the name of the county, but
yeah, well, I know in that situation though, there was nobody else willing to do it.
Right, but there was another county that had somebody that was willing to do it, and the way that the counties are connected together, it was weird that person could work from there and go in and do it to where that other person worked. I can't explain. It's so fucking stupid. This backwards ass fucking place I live in, man. Nah.
So back on the owner versus an employee thing. Sorry, you are going to hear my card just for a second. But
it's still against the law for me to fuck my dog. I mean, can you fucking imagine that?
Yeah, but for the employee and the owner, if the owner says that they will do it, the employee should have no ability to say no. If you don't want to work for someone that does it, that allows it, work somewhere else. That's how I believe for the employee.
Well, that's also part of the free market there too, because the employer could always fire the employee.
That's what I was going to say. Is that's the if that's the case, then the employer has the right to just say, because Alabama is an at-will state. So and what that means is that they can fire you without any reason at all, and they'll take you up on that. Trust me, I know from experience. Yeah, my wife just laughed because there was one situation. I won't get into it, but I've never been screwed by a job before. I'll put it that way.
Idaho's a right to work state as well. They can fire you without any reason whatsoever.
Oh, dude. Oh man. Anyway, but yeah, we're looking at the last minute of operation here for this this stream. So, does anybody have anything profound they want to add? Occam, I don't know why you didn't come back, but you know you're a total asshole. Dude, Tommy,
Yeah, the only thing I have to say is boobs.
I love your hat, dude. Boobs.
Thanks.
Is that BOOBS or BEW?
Gay men can still like boobs.
Hey, man, they're beautiful, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
I
And every
love
time I
this.
get drunk, I get to play with them way more than straight men do.
I bet you do, man. Yes, you have my respect.
All right. Yeah, nothing else there. I mean, thank you for letting me join for the last few minutes here.
Well, it's been a pleasure, man, and we may open it up where you're hanging out a lot more longer. What I may start doing, and I'll talk to the rest of the guys about this, is that as long as I'm hosting, I may kind of rotate around who like the fifth or sixth Beatle is given the case. So let me think about that for a while. And all you guys are on the you know, anytime I can do it, I'll get you in list. Okay.
Yeah. Anybody watching this also watch my live stream with Bearing.
I will.
I did ask him some good questions if you were still, confused about the issue.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. Another Feardy Night stream is down the tubes. Just want to say for everybody, cyberspace cadets, it's been a great night. And I want to say Daterludes and